A viral video of Captain Ibrahim Traoré on social media has ignited African pride and hope, showcasing the stark contrast between Burkina Faso's past struggles and its transformative present under his bold leadership. The footage reveals that before Captain Traoré's takeover in September 2022, Burkina Faso was merely a shadow of its potential. Roads were little more than pothole-ridden dirt tracks, making travel a dangerous and grueling ordeal. Neglect worsened rural poverty, cutting off communities from markets, schools, and opportunities. Hospitals, meant to be havens of healing, had become symbols of despair. They were understaffed, poorly equipped, and overwhelmed. Patients languished in hallways, untreated due to lack of basic medical supplies. Burkina Faso's agriculture choked on imports and unfair trade deals enriching Western firms. Farmers struggled for scraps as corruption festered and elites siphoned funds while masses starved. Youth's potential silenced, dreams crushed by a system favoring foreign interests over African progress. This was the Burkina Faso that Traoré inherited. A nation bleeding from neo-colonial wounds, betrayed by leaders bowing to Western powers. But where others saw despair, Traoré saw opportunity. Inspired by Sankara's revolutionary legacy, Traoré vowed to break oppression and serve the people. The video, now viewed millions of times across Africa, showcases the fruits of his labor. This profound change has shaken the foundations of corrupt regimes across the continent. One of the most striking changes highlighted in the viral video is Burkina Faso's road network. Once impassable dirt roads are now modern highways connecting villages, farmers, and students. Traoré's government launched an ambitious project to build 5 kilometers of new roads yearly in each region. This commitment has already resulted in thousands of kilometers of paved highways. Ex-posts celebrate Traoré's refusal to hire foreign companies for these projects. They equipped and trained Burkinabe engineers to build their own country. Captain Traoré rejected foreign firms for road construction. He bought the equipment and trained Burkinabes to operate it, empowering them to build their nation. This captured the pride of a people reclaiming their destiny. These roads are more than just infrastructure, they're lifelines of economic empowerment. Spoilage-free crop transport to cities boosts income and reduces food insecurity. Small businesses thrive with free regional trade. The video shows bustling markets along newly paved roads. It's proof of Traoré's vision, prioritizing local labor and resources for economic impact. Traoré created jobs and boosted self-reliance in Burkina Faso. "We're building our own future," a road worker proudly states in the video. His words echo the Pan-African ethos of self-reliance. The video's portrayal of Burkina Faso's health revolution is truly inspiring. 3 years ago, hospitals were death traps, lacking basic equipment like X-rays, ventilators, and even bandages. Overworked staff fought for lives in run-down wards with rusty beds and limited resources. Today, under Traoré's leadership, hospitals shine with modern glory. New medical equipment, from MRI scanners to surgical tools, has been installed nationwide. The government slashed costs for hospital equipment. They negotiated with manufacturers directly, bypassing profit-driven Western middlemen. Rural clinics, once abandoned, are now thriving. Doctors and nurses provide care. Traoré's health reforms extend beyond just infrastructure. A national program trains thousands of health workers to ensure quality care countrywide. Maternal and child mortality rates, once world's highest, plummet as hospitals offer free prenatal care and vaccines. The video captures a mother's joy with her child. Healthy newborns in the modern maternity ward? Unthinkable 3 years ago. Captain Traoré gave us hope, she says, her voice trembling with gratitude. By prioritizing healthcare, Traoré proves African nations excel without Western aid. Agriculture, Burkina Faso's lifeblood, radically changed under Traoré's leadership. The viral video briefly shows lush fields where barren land once stood. Traoré prioritized food sovereignty, rejecting GMOs and Western chemical fertilizers. His government invested in organic farming, local seeds, and farmer training. Irrigation projects made dry areas fertile, boosting yields and cutting imports. Despite frosty ties with Traoré's government, the World Bank noted Burkina Faso's robust agricultural growth in 2024, cutting extreme poverty by nearly 2%. New measures have empowered small farmers with subsidies and credit access to expand their operations. Nationwide cooperatives help farmers pool resources and negotiate fair prices. The video shows a proud young farmer displaying his thriving millet and sorghum crops, once struggling in Burkina Faso's harsh climate. "We now feed ourselves," he declares, challenging the Western narrative of African dependence. Traoré's agricultural revolution is also a cultural one. By reviving traditional farming and native crops, Burkina Faso is breaking free from neo-colonial exploitation. This self-sufficient farming model inspires African nations to break free from Western food systems, proving Africa can feed and thrive on its own. The video's most electrifying aspect is its celebration of Burkina Faso's youth. Under Traoré's leadership, young Burkinabé were given tools and space to unleash their creativity. The video shows young engineers assembling electric cars, amazing skeptics and inspiring the continent. These vehicles, designed and built in Burkina Faso, symbolize the country's leap into the future. "Thanks to Captain Traoré, we dreamed big," says an engineer, showcasing a Silicon Valley caliber prototype. Traoré prioritized youth programs, creating tech and business hubs for young innovators. In terror-hit areas, the government reopened 400+ schools to educate the disadvantaged. STEM scholarships and vocational training provide practical skills to students. This breeds innovators reshaping Burkina Faso and challenging African stereotypes. Young African women in tech startups prove Traoré's faith in their potential. X posts echo this, with one user saying, "Ibrahim Traoré leads more than Burkina Faso." He's exposing the West's biggest fear. By fostering creativity, Traoré proves Africa's youth isn't a burden, but a force for progress. The viral video highlights the major renovation of Burkina Faso's main airport in Ouagadougou. A once dilapidated airport with outdated facilities is transforming into a modern, competitive hub. Burkina Faso's new runways, terminals, and security systems are built using their own resources. Traoré's rejection of foreign loans disproves critics who doubted African nations' self-sufficiency. The modernized airport is more than just a symbol of progress. It's a gateway to economic growth. By enhancing connectivity, Burkina Faso becomes a regional trade and tourism center. The video shows proud Burkinabe workers building the new terminal, beaming with pride. "This is our airport, built by our own hands," one explains. A worker, Traoré's airport vision goes beyond infrastructure. Its aviation training ensures Burkinabe runs the whole facility. Africa's self-reliance shows in building top-tier infrastructure. This project proves it. While viral videos show visible change, Traoré fights corruption. Taking power, he declared war on wealth-plundering kleptocrats. His government exposed billions stolen, prosecuting officials and foreign allies. Traoré's transparency, like public audits, restored faith in institutions. "No one's above the law," he stated on TV. A message resonating with Africans tired of politicians' unpunished looting. Founding Burkina Faso's first state bank, is key to Traoré's anti-corruption plan. The Ouagadougou-based bank operates on integrity, channeling resources to projects, not foreign accounts. Traoré reclaimed Burkina Faso's wealth by nationalizing key industries like gold mining from Western firms. In 1824 alone, the country extracted 93 kilograms of gold from mining waste, a triumph celebrated across Africa. These resources fund schools, hospitals, and infrastructure for Burkina Faso's people. Traoré's anti-corruption crusade hasn't gone unnoticed. Corrupt African leaders, used to exploiting their nations freely, now tremble as citizens demand accountability. The viral video doesn't show corrupt officials in court, but its message is crystal clear. In Traoré's Burkina Faso, the people's interests come first. Beyond Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré has become a symbol of hope for a liberation-hungry continent. His fiery rhetoric, echoing Thomas Sankara, resonates with African youth. Disillusioned by leaders prioritizing Western approval over their people's well-being, Traoré's message, self-reliance and Pan-Africanism. From Nairobi to Lagos, young Africans rallied, chanting his name and waving Burkina's flag. The viral video has amplified his influence, making him a global icon of resistance. Even progressive African leaders are taking notice. Botswana's new president Doumbouya publicly praised Traoré as a model of transformative leadership. Captain Traoré shows us what's possible when a leader puts their people first. At a recent summit, Bou made a statement that sent shockwaves through the halls of power. Across Africa, youth movements cite Traoré as inspiration for demanding accountability and sovereignty. Nigerian actress and politician Hilda Dawabo said, "Ibrahim Traoré proves a country takes the shape of its leadership." Traoré's influence shows in Burkina Faso's role in the Sahel Alliance, formed with Mali and Niger after breaking from the West-backed group. This bold move positioned Traoré as a fearless leader who defied the regional status quo. His speeches at global forums, including a Kremlin visit on May 13, 2025, electrified audiences with calls for African unity and independence. The viral video captures Burkina Faso's change, but Traoré's vision of a united Africa fills the continent with new possibilities. Traoré's success came at a high cost. The West watches in horror as Burkina Faso slips from its neo-colonial grip, while corrupt African leaders unite to slander him. Western powers see the young captain as enemy number one, destabilizing the Sahel through Russian alliance and French rejection. Claims by General Langley, US Africa Command, that Traoré misuses Burkina Faso's gold reserves were debunked. It was a smear campaign. The propaganda against Traoré is relentless. Western media produce reports highlighting ongoing security challenges in Burkina Faso. They highlight Burkina Faso while ignoring that Western interventions fueled jihadist uprisings like Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam. Deep fake videos, like one falsely showing Pope Leo praising Traoré, caused confusion and undermined credibility. Meanwhile, Traoré has survived 16 assassination attempts. This proves how far his enemies will go to silence him. Corrupt African leaders involved in the West's agenda are also threatened. Enriched by selling national resources to foreign powers, they see Traoré as a dangerous precedent. Their fear is palpable. If Traoré inspires Burkina Faso to demand accountability, what stops their own citizens from revolting? Rumors of coup plots, like the one allegedly planned in Ivory Coast in April 2025, highlight these regimes' desperation to remove him. Captain Ibrahim Traoré remains undaunted by criticism and threats to his life. He continues to challenge corrupt leaders with his trademark fearlessness, delivering bold speeches. "We won't be cowed by Western lies or their puppets' betrayal," he declared on April 30th, 2025, at a rally in Ouagadougou, where thousands cheered his defiance. His speeches, often invoking Sankara's revolutionary ideals, call out neo-colonialism and demand African leaders take responsibility for their people's suffering. Traoré's actions speak even louder than his words. Despite challenges, he bolstered Burkina Faso's security, trained militias, and allied with sovereignty-respecting partners. His government works tirelessly on projects from schools to the nation's first gold refinery, keeping Burkina Faso's wealth in African hands. The viral video shows physical changes but can't capture the spirit of a leader tirelessly working to liberate his people. Traoré's daily routine of meeting farmers, inspecting sites, and addressing the nation shows a dedication that shames his critics. Ibrahim Traoré is no longer just a president, a symbol of African pride, one commentator says, with millions agreeing. The viral video spreads, its message echoing across Africa. The time for liberation has come. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's transformation of Burkina Faso isn't just a national triumph. It's a blueprint for an entire continent's rise. Traoré shows African nations can thrive without Western aid. Roads, hospitals, farms, innovation hubs. Millions hail him as a hero. Elites fear him for fighting corruption, imperialism, and empowering youth. Panic is palpable among African leaders. They see Traoré as their downfall's spectre, reminding them their people are watching and waiting. The West is unsettled. A 34-year-old captain says no, shattering the narrative of Africa's dependence. Unfazed by threats and slander, Traoré pursues a free, prosperous Africa. To Africa's youth, Traoré's message is clear: you're your future's architects. His challenge to leaders is unmistakable: serve your people or face their wrath. Burkina Faso rises, an African continent determines its own fate. Captain Ibrahim Traoré isn't just leading a nation, he's igniting a revolution that will echo for generations. A viral video of Captain Ibrahim Traoré on social media has ignited African pride and hope, showcasing the stark contrast between Burkina Faso's past struggles and its transformative present under his bold leadership. The footage reveals that before Captain Traoré's takeover in September 2022, Burkina Faso was merely a shadow of its potential. Roads were little more than pothole-ridden dirt tracks, making travel a dangerous and grueling ordeal. Neglect worsened rural poverty, cutting off communities from markets, schools, and opportunities. Hospitals, meant to be havens of healing, had become symbols of despair. They were understaffed, poorly equipped, and overwhelmed. Patients languished in hallways, untreated due to lack of basic medical supplies. Burkina Faso's agriculture choked on imports and unfair trade deals enriching Western firms. Farmers struggled for scraps as corruption festered and elites siphoned funds while masses starved. Youth's potential silenced. dreams crushed by a system favoring foreign interests over African progress. This was the Burkina Faso that Traoré inherited, a nation bleeding from neo-colonial wounds, betrayed by leaders bowing to Western powers. But where others saw despair, Traoré saw opportunity. Inspired by Sankara's revolutionary legacy, Traoré vowed to break oppression and serve the people. The video now